How's it going out there, YouTube? It's Friday. You know what that means. It's time for a Friday food review. I know I gave you that one on Wednesday to kind of hold you over, give you a little something while you're waiting for the Friday food review that you know you always love to get. Well, it's Friday and it's time. We're back up in one of my favorite locations to do food reviews. We're actually going to be doing this 2 weeks in a row because while I was there, they had told me about a new menu item that they've got right now, but I'd already purchased what I'm going to be doing with you guys today. But I told them I'd be coming back to do that, so we're going to have 2 weeks of Arby's. I love Arby's. I just think they're all about the meat, and they're all about just kicking it up a notch in that flavor, and I love meat, so Arby's is on par. I had a coupon for what we're going to be doing today. And so we get a little bit more than usual going on. So we're going to take a look here at what we've got. First of all, just so we don't end up sending crap everywhere, we do have fries. I don't believe I've ever actually had Arby's fries. So let's actually try these first. We're going to put these to the side because these are a side. But let's try these first. Those are some sexy fries. Now they fell everywhere, all in the bag. I'm digging them out. It's crazy. Now we also got some cheese for them. So, I know, I couldn't resist, but, you know what, I absolutely had to. Napkins, of course, we need that. They got the rest of the fries here, so I can put them to the side without having to hold them. So we can get to the main course, which is what everyone cares about, of course. Everyone knows how good these fries are. Alright. Put those down here. My drink holder doubles as a fry holder. Here's our cheese. We got plenty of that. We'll give that some love a little later on. Couldn't resist. So my coupon, in addition to what I got me that small fry and a small drink. Now, I don't know about you guys, but these fries and this drink, they don't look very small to me. So I'm not complaining that I got small or something. I'm pretty, and then the sunlight's coming in over here. Hold on. I'm pretty happy with the size I got. And for those of you asking what I'm drinking, you know, we'll keep the sun in the shot. Why not? That's a nice parallel. I got Lasertron Special. It's just when you go and you hit up each and every one of the drink things. You know, you get your Pepsi in there, you get your Dr. Pepper, you get your Mountain Dew, you get your root beer, whatever's on offer. You just get it in one big drink mix. That's a Lasertron Special. Out of this world. When I have the opportunity to drink one of those, that's the only thing I'll drink. So, we have right here, as I ordered, thank you to Kim S. for serving us today. I'm starting to get to know these people at Arby's because I come in here, you know, every few weeks. Wonderful, great bunch of people, especially Kim and everyone else who works there. You guys are all awesome. They all hooked me up. It was great. So today, we're having the Black Angus 3 cheese and bacon sandwich contained in here. The sandwich itself was $4.99, but you know, we had a coupon going on for the fries and drink. I got the cheese that was like, you know, $1 extra or something. But yeah, so as you can see, we are loaded up with cheese right here. I mean, come on, this is hanging out the side. Nice shaped box here. I mean, this clearly is indicating we got a big sandwich in here. Yeah, what do you want? I bet we'll open it up and it's just this minuscule thing. So let's pop the top and see what lives inside if I can. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you can't really see it because it's in the box. All right, hold on. We gotta check this out proper. All right. Oh, wow. Already losing a whole bunch here. This sandwich is got, what, 3 cheeses on it, like I said. Well, I have the list here. I don't go and memorize these things beforehand. Well, I do, but I end up forgetting. So, but I did take a picture of it so I could remember. What cheeses do we have here? We have, well, obviously we have the Angus steak going on. We'll take a look at that in a second. Pepper bacon, shredded cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese, Parmesan peppercorn ranch cheese, all on a nice sub roll. So if we're gonna get you in there, pop the top off, take a look. We're losing stuff all over the place, but as you can see, there is no shortage of meat on this piece here. And taking that off on top, you get to see the bacon looking mighty crispy with the different cheeses on there, that peppercorn cheese and everything else. So I'm gonna stop pontificating on it, and I'm just gonna give it a go and see how it is, shall we? There's a lot of meat on here and a lot of cheese and a lot of bacon, so this looks like it's gonna be a nice filling sandwich. Let's give it a go. Good flavors at work here, guys. That Parmesan peppercorn ranch cheese that we got going on there, let me tell you, it's one of the strongest cheeses on the sandwich, and it shows. It's a strong bite to it. But as you can see in one bite there, you do have a lot of food being featured for your face. It does look really good. The past few weeks, all the different things I've been getting have had bacon on them. Of course. How can you not have bacon on something, right? And on all these things, I gotta tell you, the bacon has been right on. Crispy, crunchy, a perfect complement to the rest of the sandwich. And I gotta say, the bread, this sub roll, it's amazingly very good. You know, usually a bread on your sandwich is just sort of there as an afterthought. You're like, all right, bread just to hold everything together. But on this tastes like a very artisan style sub roll, sort of the something that you'd get fresh baked from Wegmans. It's still warm. Now, I know the viewers that probably aren't from Buffalo probably don't know about Wegmans. Oh, hold on. I'm having a moment. Right there, what was going on. That was the perfect combination of tastes, flavors, and textures right there. That was... wow. I need to, wow. This was a very nice bite there, you guys, because I'm pretty sure I got all three cheeses. Yeah, you can see there where I'm working. You can identify the three cheeses. You know, you got your Swiss in there, your I think your cheddar, and then the peppercorn ranch, if that's the list, right? But whatever it is, you can see all the cheeses in there intermixed with that meat and that bacon going on up there. This looks like it's going to shape up to be another perfect bite. Let's try it out. It's very true. Now, you can hear it. You probably can't, but I'm looking around outside right now. It's the very beginning of November, and yeah, it's snowing out. Now, it wasn't much concern earlier because it would melt the second it hit the ground, but now I'm actually getting like pellets on the ground there starting to add up. So like a very small hail. So that's worrying because no one likes snow. We live in Buffalo, we're used to it, but no one really likes it. The kids do, and it's nice around Christmas and my birthday. Thanksgiving gets that warm, cuddly feeling, but it's coming down like rain. You guys might be able to see it, might not. Weather's been all over the place today. This morning started in a downpour. Then it turned to snow. That was clear for a bit. Then, around noon, the sun was high in the sky, shining right down on previously wet roads. function like a mirror. Those were the brightest roads I'd ever seen. It's like someone turned the brightness up all the way in a video game. Made driving pretty crazy. And then, well, now it's snowing. Or trying to. Had a crazy day so far. Got out of school a few minutes early. Technically an hour early because I didn't have my theater class. Teacher had something to do. But my class before that ended a few minutes early because the fire alarm got pulled. And the fire department had to show up to the school. Because apparently the B building of my campus was like a gas line break. Natural gas was seeping all out into the school. Fire department showed up, said they had to get everyone out. Fire trucks were coming in. I made it out of there ahead of the pack of all the kids from school. So, I escaped just right down the road. I haven't seen or heard any of an explosion yet. So, I'm hoping it's all okay. And when I come back on Monday, my school will still be there. I need to learn somehow. I'm paying thousands of dollars. Even on its own, the meat on the sandwich is great. Arby's, I don't know where I've been my entire life. I only started going to Arby's. First time I ever had Arby's was about a year ago. I don't know why I made such a mistake. Arby's, you guys make some wonderful food. Thing is, since I'm all about the meat, Arby's is right up my alley. Because you guys serve all different kinds of meat. And it's wonderful. Look at that. Again, just looking delicious. That peppercorn ranch going on there, though, guys, that is probably the star of the show. That working together with the bacon, that smoked bacon, that's dynamite. That is really good. Just took a bite of the bacon on the end there. That bacon is big on flavor, guys. Not disappointing at all. Sometimes, you know, like I said, the bacon hides from you, or you think you taste the bacon because of the rest of the sandwich. This time, the bacon is clearly there. Even just a slight nibble of the bacon, you're getting that full body, full flavor of it. And for those of you wondering why the perspective in my car has changed from time to time to time, I've been doing my reviews. That's because it has. Yep. I haven't been able to figure out just where to place my camera yet to get the optimal viewing angle. Like, first time I did it, it was a little lower. It was on the dash. You know, if you take where you are now and move down half, a few inches, that's where it was, if you remember. Then last week it was like over there. So in the end, I found a good solution. Courtesy of our main man Dame, who's doing a Q&A thing on his Facebook page. And we asked the fam, what do you guys want to know about me or my videos? And I asked him, you know, what sort of setup do you use to film in your car? Now, granted, I could have asked my boy Ian, who's probably watching. Shout out to you and peep this out. Probably could have asked him because he's got the perfect setup. But I didn't think to. Dame had the Q&A, so I asked him. But I'm sure everyone does it differently. You know, Ian may use a mini tripod. That's what Dame does. Dame also suggested what I'm doing now. Use a small platform. What I did, actually, I took one of the biggest books I have in my bookshelf, which is Insomnia by Stephen King. I have read it. It's a great book. And I just put that on the dash and put the camera on top of it. So right now, you guys are sitting on a very good book. And this gets the perfect height and angle for me, so I'm loving that. I hope you guys are too. Because this is probably how, for when we film in the car, this is how it's going to be from now on. You know, I haven't quite made up my mind if I'm going to review in my car or in the kitchen, but I'm liking this right now because it's right there and in front of me. I don't have to keep messing with the lens. You do lose a little quality on it, but overall, it still looks great. So that was the sandwich. And, well, I think you guys know how I feel about it. I thought that was absolutely delicious. Let's pop the top on the cheese here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? It's going to be a mess. I'm going to use the container for the sandwich to contain the worthy cheese right here, so we can give a taste. Now, you guys all know what the what cheese looks like when you have like nachos. This is basically it. So this is just an additional part to the review. I finished the sandwich already, so if that's all you were here for and you don't want to hang out, well, I'll see you, but but if you like to hang out, we've got a few minutes left. I'm just gonna finish these guys off. That's a good cheese. Now, does that taste like any kind of real cheese I know? Probably not. But does it taste good to my liking? My 18-year-old taste buds? Yeah, it does. And they give you a lot of it. So for what you're paying for it, you could hold on to it and use it as another spread or another dip in some future dish. Or I imagine for a larger size of fries, you know, that would be adequate. For this, I got more than I need. As you can see, this is the small fries, and they stack it up so it's like bursting out. You know, I had to collect a whole bunch of fries just to put them back in here so I wouldn't have them laying around everywhere. So the cheese to fry ratio is very fair. They don't give you just a little bit and hope that you can manage. If you're paying for the cheese, you're gonna get cheese, and I like that. But yeah, it's off screen. It's on my middle compartment there. You know, not the glove box, but you know what I mean. Something that you can lift up. It's kind of weird, I just can't remember it. So guys, with that sandwich, bottom line, do I recommend it? Absolutely. Gotta say, there hasn't been something I haven't liked from things I've reviewed with you guys. And I'm honest. You know, no one's paying me to do these. I go there, to these places, and I try what they got. If it looks interesting to me. Now, if Arby's goes and puts out like a veggie burger or something, I don't know why they do that, but if they did, you're not going to see me come in there and try it. But yeah, you have something like the Meat Mountain, you bet your ass I'm there. So in reference to what I watched in Ian's video, and peep this out, he centered his video around Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in his video reviewing this sandwich. Not the sandwich, these are fries. Now, I'm not going to go and say, you know, one way or another, you know, if Call of Duty is a real video game or not, because it is. But my opinion on it is, I mean, if you enjoy it, awesome, you know. But to me, it's just the same thing over and over and over and over again. And I really don't feel like paying $60 for basically the same experience of running through a shooting gallery and shooting at dudes till they die. Then going online to the angry 12-year-olds screaming about the things they did to my mother last night. And every year, the experience tends to stay the same. As we saw with Advanced Warfare, graphics look great. They change up a few things. Of course, you have your massive set pieces. But all in all, it's just Call of Duty with Kevin Spacey. Now, if you play Call of Duty and you enjoy it, no problem. I just have a personal issue with the amount of variance in it. It doesn't change year to year. I feel like a lot of consumers are getting taken advantage of because everyone wants that high adrenaline, high octane experience. And they'll pay a ridiculous amount of money every year for it. Call of Duty is one of the biggest series there is right now. People love it. More power to them. But I just wish there was some more originality in the series. It tends to be the same thing every year. You know, 3 Modern Warfare games. We get the idea. It's Modern Warfare. Black Ops, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, now Advanced Warfare. They're running out of ideas, guys. I mean, come on. Modern Warfare. Wasn't that supposed to be modern? And then you have Advanced Warfare. It's more modern than modern. I don't know. I kind of stopped following the Call of Duty games after Black Ops. I don't know. To me, it just wasn't the same thing anymore because I started to see what they were doing over and over. But if I were to play Advanced Warfare, I would play it for the story. I never played the Call of Duty games for their online component. I played it for the campaign. And I know this is in contrast to what a lot of other people do. I know a lot of them love the online. I may spend a little time with it, but I never saw much purpose to it. Just wasn't fun to me. Campaign, it's like you're in a war movie, an action movie. That I get. Other than that, I don't know. But to each their own. What I've been playing through recently and having an absolute blast with, if you watched my Mighty Taco review, you'll see I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What a game that is, guys. Wow. Back from the PS1 era from 1997. It was a year old when that came out. It's sort of weird imagining that I was alive when the game was released, but I was that young. I'm playing a game from the time I was a baby. It's crazy. But guys, you know, I'm sure most of you know the Castlevania formula these days. If not, well, here's the deal. First few games start off. You're Simon Belmont. Your task as the Belmont family of vampire slayers. Go to Dracula's castle that appears once every century. Go to it, find Dracula, and kill him. The Castlevania games followed that basic idea. 1 was the start of everything. 2, Simon's Quest, we don't talk about that. 3, had that idea. 4, one of the best in the series. Basically was a reboot to the original. Kicked ass. And I love Super Castlevania 4. But it was all about finding and getting to Dracula and destroying him. And then from there you had the attempts at making 3D ones and Bloodlines and everything else. There wasn't anything noteworthy after Super Castlevania 4. Until you get Symphony of the Night for the PS1. What a game. It starts off at the end of what? Bloodlines, is it? Is that Bloodlines or Dracula X? I can't remember. Someone will know. But you start off playing as Richter Belmont, about to fight Dracula. Dracula is the first enemy of the game. The first enemy and first boss. Of course, he's very easy, not like he was in the other game. But you go and defeat him, and then all of a sudden, a century later, you're playing the role of Alucard, who is Dracula's son, which is, I believe, or somehow in the Dracula family. And Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards. It's actually a pretty bitchin' name. He's going to Castle Dracula, but the difference about Alucard is that he's sworn against his family's bloodline and helps humans defeat the oppression of vampires. Now, at this point, he's been asleep for a long time after he had defeated Vlad Tepes. But now, a new Dracula has arisen as the castle has appeared once more. And he goes in there to stop him. First few levels, well, screens really, you're kicking ass, you know, beating the shit out of everything, everything's exploding in one hit. And then you meet up with Death, who's basically Dracula's bodyguard. And he's like, Alucard, I'm not going to try and convince you to join us, but I'm going to ask you to stop. Alucard says, well, no, I can't do that. All your weapons and abilities are taken from you. Now you gotta work your way through this massive interpretation of Castle Dracula, bigger than any other games. Getting your skills, items, abilities, and everything back so you can ultimately fight Dracula. Well, not necessarily Dracula, there's a whole story to that. But it is a wonderful game. It's a lot like the original Metroid games. So if you're familiar with the gameplay style of those, there you go. That's where the term Metroidvania came from. Now, what was great is that the first way through the game, you get to 100%, you fight the final boss, who's a bit unexpected. Then you get the credits and that's it. But it feels like something was missing because the game got way too easy, and defeating the final boss was too easy. If you played well. Chances are, if you were at the final boss, you were in total ability to defeat him. A lot of things were dying in one hit at that point, and the Castlevania series has been known for extreme difficulty and maybe occasional unfairness. Medusa heads! But turns out there's a whole hidden second half of the game where you go from the castle that you're in to an inverted version of it. The inverted castle, where it's the entire second half of the game, where you play the whole game through again, upside down. Enemies are harder, environments look totally different. It's the same place, just upside down. But everything has changed. The enemies, everything. It's so different. It's like 2 or 3 times as hard as the original game. And that's how you get the real ending. And then there's like 2 boss fights you gotta do back to back from there. Crazy. I'm working my way through the inverted castle right now. It's hard. But I'm doing well. You need 5 pieces of Dracula to get to the final fight. I have 4 of the 5 of them. I'm just working my way through, clearing the map, and defeating bosses, whatever, getting the pieces, so I can get to Shaft. You damn right. The Dark Priest who's attempting to raise Dracula. Gotta fight him, then Dracula. And it's gonna be a pretty intense fight. So I'm making sure Alucard's up to it, since everything in the inverted castle is hard. The bosses are fairly easy in the inverted castle. That's the funny thing. It's the main enemies that are difficult, because they're done in maddening configurations. It feels like you're playing the original Castlevania again. It's great because, these bosses, some of them make returns throughout the series, like Gaibon, like the Mummy, like Death. Yeah, Death is subservient to Dracula. That's how badass he is. I haven't fought Death in this game yet, but I know he's in here. Orlox was a tough fight. Fought the Mummy in the inverted version of Orlox's quarters. The game is great. If you like, the Castlevania series, then you've probably already played this, or 2D side-scrollers that are difficult and challenged with a little bit of platforming and exploration with RPG elements in there, or you're a fan of the original Metroid games, try this out. This is really, really fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's an older game, so don't expect it to hold your hand. And there's a lot to discover, a lot of secrets in there, but it's worth it. And how do we go from talking about that sandwich to Call of Duty and Symphony of the Night? I don't know. That was a weird transition. But whatever it is, we are almost at a half hour. That's probably the longest any one of my food reviews have ever been. But so, listen up, you guys. I'm going to get going home, start processing, rendering this video, and getting it uploaded so you guys can see it as soon as possible. So you can hang out with me on this Friday evening, have dinner with me, or wait for me to give you a dinner recommendation that you can go out and get something to eat. I'm not sure how any of you guys do it, but if that's what you do, that's what we're going to have happening right now, real soon. So thank you guys for joining me for the Friday food review. More coming at you next week. I'll see you guys later. I'm Kenshin. Have a great weekend. Rock the fuck on.